my name is Cameron and welcome back to my channel, Which Way to Wicked, where we talk about all things love, light, and especially tarot. So guys, today we are going to be finding out how does your crush currently perceive you. So if you want to know exactly how your crush views you, then this is going to be the perfect reading for you today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at your group picks, shall we? So for group number 1, we have this gorgeous Mahogany Obsidian crystal coming through. For group number 2, we have this crystal Hematite coming through. And last but not least, for group number 3, we have this beautiful Opalite crystal coming through. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and have you take a very big deep breath in. And now I want you to please let it out. And now I want you to close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, I want you to think about who your crush is, what they look like, what you think about them. And then I want you to think about how they perceive you. Now, whenever you feel ready, please open your eyes, and whichever crystal your eyes lands on first, then that, my dear, is going to be the reading for you today. Now, if you feel called to more than one crystal here, then definitely feel free to check out those extra messages as well. And as always, I will have the timestamps listed down in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into your reading today, friends. Hello, group 1. So, if you felt called to this beautiful Mahogany Obsidian crystal today, then hey, hello, and how are you? And welcome to this fabulous side of TarotTube. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So, I'm going to go ahead and just place this off to the side right here so you can look at that gorgeous crystal. And let's go ahead and start shuffling through your tarot cards today, babes. So we are trying to find out, how does your crush currently perceive you? How does your crush currently perceive you? So let's see what wants to come through, Spirit. Will you please give us some messages? For group 1, how does their crush currently perceive them? Can we get some messages, please? How do they currently perceive them, Spirit? Okay, I definitely think this card wants to come through. Let's see what else wants to make an appearance. Ooh, that card wanted to hop out. And let's get maybe one more card for right now. By the way, you guys, if you do decide that you love this reading as much as I love making this for you, then please make sure to give this video a really big like. That would really help me so much. And if you do like my energy, then please make sure to subscribe as well. I would love to have you hang out with me again sometime. But anyways, let's take a look at these cards, okay? So first of all, we have the 4 of water coming through. Interesting. We have the sun. Ooh, we love the sun. And last but not least, we have the ace of earth. Okay. So first of all, with the sun coming through, that does talk about that gorgeous Leo energy. So you could be a Leo, sun, moon, rising, or in Venus, or that could just be representing the energy, the type of persona that you give off whenever your crush is looking at you. And so whenever I talk about that gorgeous Leo energy, Leo people are very warm. They're very lively. They are also very talkative and social as well. They are what I would say would be known as the life of the party, okay? Wherever they go, they are just like the center of the solar system. Everybody kind of wants to be next to them. Everybody wants to hang out with them. They are just usually like the popular kid in school, right? And so I would definitely say that your crush perceives you as somebody who is just like that. They see you as somebody who is very social. They see you as somebody who has a lot of friends, a lot of people who like them and want to hang out with them. And I'm definitely getting this idea that your crush perceives there to be some type of divide between you guys. I think because you seem as though you are very popular, because you seem as though you have a ton of friends, to them, they feel like they wouldn't have a chance with you at all. They feel like they kind of go unnoticed. It's almost like you're this bright and gorgeous sun, and they just feel like your brightness kind of overshadows them, if that makes sense. And they just feel kind of small next to you. And I think that they want to talk to you. There's definitely this energy here where they are interested in getting to know you better, but they just feel like they are on the outside looking in at you, and they feel like there's just too much of a divide between you guys. I definitely am getting like a difference in social classes, or maybe social groups or something like that. They just feel like they are not as popular as you. Maybe the person who you have a crush on is more quiet. Maybe they're a bit more of a wallflower, and yet here you are with like a ton of different friends, a lot of people who like you, who talk to you. And so I definitely think that your crush, they just feel like they don't have a chance at all to be able to talk to you because of the fact that you guys are so different, or at least that's how they feel. Whenever they look at you, they feel like they are so different from you, like they come from a completely different background than you, or again, just maybe you guys just have completely different social groups, okay? So maybe you hang out with the more livelier group while they hang out with more of the quieter type of people. So yeah, there's just a lot of divisiveness coming through in the way that I feel like they just view you as somebody who is like their polar opposite. They feel like there's a lot of differences between you guys and in y'all's personalities. They feel like they're so quiet while you're the exact opposite of them. You're very loud, very boisterous, okay? So the other thing that I'm seeing here is the Ace of Earth, and with the Ace of Earth coming through, I definitely think that they view you as someone who is very ambitious and very determined. And so they really admire your drive, which I find to be very beautiful. They just feel like you are someone who is going to do really great things in your career and in your finances. They feel like you are someone who is willing to go the extra mile to work towards your goals, and they definitely appreciate that side to you. And another message that is coming through is that this person who you are asking about, this could be someone who you work with. This could be somebody who you go to school with. But those are like the really big messages that are coming through. And so if that does resonate with you, if you do work with them, if you do go to school with them, just take it as a sign that you're in the right reading today. If that doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. I am reading for a really big audience right now, and so maybe that certain message wasn't for you. Does that make sense? Do you catch my drift? But anyways, you guys, that is kind of what I'm seeing so far. I'm going to go ahead and place these cards up here, and let's take a look at your oracle cards. I'm also getting this like caring energy from you as well. So I do think that your crush, they view you as someone who does have like a nurturing side to you, which makes a lot of sense in my opinion, because Libra people, these Libra people are known for, or did I say Libra? I'm sorry. I meant Leo, but maybe some of you guys might be a Libra. That could be just a sign that Spirit is trying to be presented here. So you could be a Libra as well, which also adds on to that charming side to you, because Libras are known for being quite charming and even very romantic and flirtatious as well. So that's just that might be another way that they see you. That might be another facet to your personality that your crush notices. But anyways, as I was saying, Leo people, they are known for being very family oriented. They are like, Leos are known for being the lion, right? That is how they're represented as within the zodiac, as a lion. And a lion is nothing without their pride, right? A lion is nothing without their group of little lions, right? Who they take care of, who they love, who they will do anything for to protect. And so I just feel like your crush views you as someone who is very protective of your tribe, of your family members, of your friends who you're so close to. They view you as someone who's very nurturing, who's very loving, and they find that to be a very beautiful trait as well. They just do view you as someone who's very loyal, and I think that that's really great to see. Let's get some extra messages here, Spirit. Can we get some extra messages for group 1? How does their crush perceive them currently? That wanted to come through. Oh, that is so sweet. That is so sweet. Okay. So this makes a lot of sense, honestly. So first of all, we have painting poppies coming through. We have the victim card. And we also have true love. So guys, true love, right? It says right here, this is the romance of a lifetime. And so I definitely think if you were wondering whether or not your crush is crushing on you, well, this is a big smacking yes ma'am or sir. Or they, them, whatever your pronouns are. This is a big old yes. I definitely think that they are lusting over you and imagining what it would be like to be with you. But again, they see you as someone who's very different from them, and they also they feel like they don't have a chance with you whatsoever, because with the victim card coming through, I feel like this is how they view themselves, honestly, whenever they are next to you and next to your light. Like I was saying before, they just feel like you're almost better than them in a way. They feel like you're so popular, so sociable, so warm. They feel like you guys are so different, and so when they compare themselves to your light, they just feel like they are so lacking. And so I definitely feel like this is someone who, even though they want to talk to you, even though they want to strike up a conversation with you, I think that this mindset, this negative mindset, is really keeping them back. And I honestly don't see them coming up to you and telling you that they like you, or I don't see them coming up to you and just trying to talk to you in general. They do just seem like they are quite shy, guys. With the painting poppies coming through, again, I think that they see you as someone who is very sweet, very loving, very group oriented, because if you look at this card here, you can see these two little fairy-like creatures. They're painting these poppies together, and this just makes me think that they see you as someone who works really well in groups. They view you as someone who has a lot of friends. No matter what you do, you always have like a pack of people that want to hang out with you. And I think that they just see you as someone who loves and treasures and values each and every one of your friendships. Again, you're very loyal. They see you as someone who's very loyal and who just loves their family and friends so much. And so they definitely love that softer side to you that you have, that sweet energy that you have in regards to your family and friends. So yeah, honestly, you guys, that's kind of what I'm seeing so far. Wow, for the back of the deck energy, we have the Strength card coming through. Now, the Strength card does talk about that lovely Sagittarius energy as well, so you could also be a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus, or again, this could just be expressing the energy that you give off to others. And Sagittarius people, these are the type of individuals who love their freedom. These are the type of individuals who just want to explore and learn as much as they can under the sun. And these are also the kind of people who are kind of hard to get tied down. And so I don't know if you're in a relationship right now or if you're single. I don't know what's going on in your love life right now, babe. But this person, your crush, they view you as someone who is kind of hard to tie down. They view you as someone who is very independent, and so maybe another thing that is keeping them from talking to you, from telling you even that they might like you or have a crush on you, is the fact that they feel like in a way you might end up hurting them. If somehow there was a way that you might be interested in them, they feel like if they were to start dating you, that you value your independence and your freedom so much that you might end up breaking up with them because you just don't want to be tied down for too long. Or they view you as someone who may not want anything too serious. So that's an extra message that is coming through as to why they might be afraid to come up to you and start talking to you, because they're just afraid of getting their heart broken by you. And then last but not least, again, you can see that this woman here, she looks as though she might be trying to fight against this dragon, or she might even be trying to talk to them. I don't know what's going on, but at the end of the day, this person does not look cowed while she is next to this dragon. She does not look afraid at all. She looks like she has the bravery to either fight against this dragon or to even just try to strike up a conversation with said dragon. And so at the end of the day, I think that your person, your crush, views you as someone who is strong as heck. They view you as someone who is very courageous, very bold. You do not get scared easily, or at least that's how your person sees you. And so they definitely find that bravery, that boldness to be so beautiful and so incredible. And that's definitely something that another thing that they love about you. So anyways, you guys, that is what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, friends. Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, group 2. So if you felt called to this lovely hematite crystal today, then hey, hello, how are you? And welcome to this fabulous side of TerraTube. So first of all, I just have to say thank you so much for deciding to hang out with me today. It really means so much to me that I get to make videos like this for all of you lovely people out there. But I know that you guys are as excited as I am to get into this tarot reading today, so let's get into that. I'm gonna go ahead and just place this off to the side, maybe right here. Does that look good, or does that not look so good? I feel like it looks better right there, okay? But anyways, you guys, sorry about that. I'm really big about the aesthetic, right? That is definitely something that I enjoy about making videos for you guys. I love being able to just set up the scene and make sure that everything looks flawless for you. But anyways, let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to say. Let's see how your crush perceives you. You guys, I love these types of readings. They're so much fun. I love readings. But anyways, Spirit, can we get some messages, please? How does group 2's crush perceive them? Can you please spill all of the tea? Now guys, I do have to go ahead and just plug in my channel today. I would be a bad YouTuber if I didn't. So if you do happen to like this reading, if you like my vibes, then please make sure to give this video a really big like for me. That would mean so much. And if you do want to watch more videos, if you like my energy and whatnot, then maybe consider subscribing to my channel, because I would love to have you hang out with me again sometime. But anyways, getting into these fun readings, let's see what your crush thinks about you. Let's see how they view you. So we first of all have the Wheel of Fortune coming through. We have the Elder of Fire. Ooh, some fire energy making an appearance today. And last but not least, we have the Six of Water. Okay. That's interesting. So guys, the person who you have a crush on, this might be somebody who you have dated before in the past. So this could be an ex, or this could be someone who you knew whenever you guys were younger. Maybe you were really close to them. This could be like a childhood friend, or maybe you weren't super close to them and you just went to school with them, or maybe you grew up in the same town or something like that. But I do think for a lot of you guys, this is someone who you have known from the past. This is someone who is from your past, okay? Now, if that's not the case, that's completely fine. This could simply be representing that maybe you feel a really strong connection towards this person. Maybe you get like a sense of deja vu whenever you see them. This could just feel like this is someone who you've always known, which is quite interesting to see. And if that's the case, then I feel like that energy is being mirrored with them. If you feel like this is someone who you've known before, then I think that they feel the exact same way whenever they look at you, whenever they are around you and in your presence. So that is very lovely to see. But anyways, you guys, talking about the Elder of Fire coming through, you could definitely be a fire sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, or in Venus. So I am talking about the signs Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Now, if you are not one of those signs, that's completely okay. In general, this could just be representing the type of energy that you have, the vibes that you give off whenever this person looks at you. And for you to be giving off this fire energy, then I would definitely say that your crush views you as someone who is very, very loud, very courageous. They view you as someone who's very passionate as well, because these fire signs, you guys, they are so passionate. They always follow their heart 110%. These are also people who are very stubborn as well. They know exactly what they want, and so once they set their mind on something, you can never get them to change their mind. And so they can be a bit unyielding, and so your crush could definitely see you as someone who has a bit of a stubborn streak as well, okay? I feel like once you want something, or once you form an opinion on something, you stand by that opinion, you stand by whatever it is that you want 120%. And so yeah, your person could definitely see you as someone who is a wee bit stubborn as well. But this also talks about someone who is quite popular too, very social. So yeah, they could also view you as someone who's popular, as someone who finds it easy to talk to people and finds it easy to make friends as well. Now, because we have the Elder of Fire coming through, I definitely think that you have a very mature energy about you as well, which your crush, I'm sure, really likes. Now, this could also represent that you guys might have a bit of an age gap. So maybe, I feel like if you guys do have an age gap, then you could definitely be the one that is older than them. Now, if that is not the case, then I just think that, again, they perceive you as someone who's very mature and very wise, and I feel like they feel as though, in contrast, that you are a lot more mature than they are. So it's almost like they are looking at you and you are just at like a different level than them when it comes to experience, when it comes to maturity. So for some of you guys, your crush, they honestly may not be that experienced when it comes to love and romance. Maybe they haven't even had their first kiss yet, or maybe they haven't slept with someone before. They might still be a virgin, and I feel like since they view you as someone who's more experienced, they view you as someone who's more mature, they could definitely feel like you could have already done those things. And so in contrast, maybe they feel kind of like out of their element next to you. They might feel like you're a bit out of their league of sorts. Now, if this is not extending to those like physical type of things, then maybe they just perceive you as someone who, again, is just more experienced when it comes to life. They could see you as someone who is very wise because you've gone through maybe harrowing things, or you've gone through difficult moments in your life, and maybe your person, your crush, just views their own selves as someone who has had it easy. Okay, maybe they view themselves as someone who hasn't had to go through difficult times. And so again, just there's a lot of differences coming through here. They just feel like you're very different from them in the way that you're so much more experienced, you're so much more wiser than them, and so that could just cause them to feel kind of intimidated. And so I do think that, again, they're a little intimidated by you. With the Wheel of Fortune coming through, I also think that they view you as someone who is quite lucky, but not in the way that you just have luck just fall on your lap. I think that they view you as someone who makes your own luck, because like I was saying before, with that fire energy coming through, there is a bit of vivaciousness that comes from you. There's this sense of someone being all action. There's a sense of someone being so determined to go after their goals that nothing will stand in their way whatsoever. So I am almost getting this image in my head of you being like a bull that is charging towards your whatever it is that you want. And so I think that your person, your crush, views you as someone who makes your own luck in the way that once you set your mind on something, no matter how great or unattainable something might be, you are just someone who will not give up on it, and you will charge towards whatever it is you want, and that thing will be yours. You will get it because you are just so vivacious, you are so bold, and you are someone who does not give up. And so yeah, at the end of the day, they just view you as someone who's very bold, very passionate, very determined, very fierce, very strong, very stubborn, and they just find all those qualities to be so freaking amazing. And again, with all those things coming together, they are just so intimidated by you and by your confidence that you seem to portray. You just have this like larger than life type of energy. I feel like whenever you walk into a room, everyone notices you because you just have this larger than life type of attitude, this larger than life type of confidence. And so that is definitely something that cannot be ignored, and that's definitely something that your crush cannot ignore whatsoever. For some of you guys, you might be someone who has like a younger sibling. Maybe you have a young niece or nephew, or you could even have a child of your own. And if that's the case, I think that your crush views you as someone who is very caring and very devoted to your little person. Okay, the reason why I'm saying that is because with the Six of Water coming through, you can see this older person here next to this younger person. And so again, I think that your crush just views you as someone who's very nurturing, very kind to their little people, right, their little family members. But I mean, as I'm looking at this could also be representing how, again, they feel like you are much older than them, or they feel like you just are so much more experienced, and next to you they feel like a child. And so yeah, you just make this person feel like they're super young. You make this person feel very inexperienced, and that just causes them again to just be so intimidated whenever they are next to you. So I don't know if you're older than them, or again, you just seem like you're very experienced, you just seem so much more mature, but there is definitely this energy coming through where they just feel like they are out of your league whenever they're next to you. They feel like you're out of their league, whenever they're next to you, and they just feel like you're so much more mature, you're so much more older, so much more wiser, and it just causes them to feel just so nervous whenever they are around you. So let's go ahead and move on, and let's take a look at your oracle cards. So Spirit, can we get some messages today? How does group 2's crush view them? Can we get some messages? How does group 2's crush perceive them? Can we get some messages? Spirit, can we get some messages? Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's get one more card, Spirit. Please, one more card. How does their crush view them? Okay, so first of all, we have Ivy coming through. For some of you guys, maybe your name is Ivy, or maybe the person you have a crush on, the name could be Ivy as well. So if it is, just take it as a sign that you're in the right reading today. We also have King coming through. And last but not least, we have pay attention to the red flags. So, I mean, do I really have to even explain the King card here coming through? What was I saying? Your person, they just view you as someone who is so strong, who is so confident, who has this like otherworldly just amount of strength and amount of presence to you. You have the same type of presence as a freaking king. So yeah, I just feel like whenever they're next to you, that again, they just feel so they just feel like you're so much out of their league. They feel like you are like a king and they are like a peasant next to you. So that's definitely coming through. With the Ivy card coming through, the Ivy card talks about really focusing in on your finances and really trying to buckle down and create a stable life for yourself. And so I think that for some of you guys, you could know your crush through work. You could know them through schooling here because you go to school so that you can get a good job and make that money, right? So if you do know them through that, definitely take it as a sign that you're in the right reading today. But this could also just be representing that they see you as someone who is really big about your finances. You're really big about your security. They see you as someone who really wants to make something of yourself. You're very hard set on having a good life and being able to provide for yourself and for your future family one day. And so that amount of determination that you have, that is something that is very beautiful to them. Again, for some of you guys, maybe you had a harder time growing up, and maybe that harder time could have been encompassing your finances. So maybe you grew up in a home where you didn't have a lot of money. Maybe you didn't come from a lot of wealth or something. And if that's the case, then I feel like this person, maybe they could have heard about your financial troubles or found out about it from someone or even from you. Maybe you're really big and maybe you're like an open book and you talk to people about how you came from a less than prosperous type of background. And if that's the case, then they just view you as someone who, again, is just trying to make a name for yourself. You're trying to change your future, right? You want to be able to not have to go back to not having a lot of money like how it was in the past. You will do anything to create a name for yourself, create a life for yourself, one that is stable, one that will provide a lot of security. And so they just love your determination and they love your fierce tenacity as you try to create this life for yourself. Last but not least, we have pay attention to the red flags, and it says the signs are cautioning you. So again, I think the red flags are more so talking about how your person, I feel like they have quite a negative attitude whenever it comes to you, and the way that they just feel like, again, you're so out of their league. They feel like you are just on a whole other level. I think that they may have a hard time talking to you. They may have a hard time striking up conversations with you because they just feel like they are less than you. They feel like you are so much better than them, and they feel like an inexperienced little child whenever they are around you. And so I feel like because of that, they just feel it's just hard for them to talk to you. It's hard for them to be around you because they just feel so inexperienced and so silly whenever they're around you. So that's very interesting. But yeah, you guys, that's what I'm seeing for you today. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by this side of tarot to begin sometime. So yeah, I love you all so much, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day, friends, okay? Mwah. Bye, guys. Hello, group 3. So if you felt called to this very pretty opalite crystal today, then hey, hello, and welcome to this fabulous side of TerraTube. I'm so happy that you're here, and I just have to say thank you so much for deciding to hang out with yours truly. I'm gonna go ahead and just place this off to the side right here. Does that look cute, you guys? Can y'all see that? I think y'all can. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and place that right there. I think it looks better. It looks more pleasing to the eyes. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this reading today. So Spirit, for group 3, we're asking the question, how does your crush perceive them currently at this moment? Can we get some messages, please? So guys, I do have to go ahead and just plug in my channel right quick. I feel like I would be a bad tarot reader, a bad YouTuber if I didn't. So if you do happen to like this reading today, if you do like my vibes, then please make sure to give this reading and this video a really big like, and to maybe even decide to subscribe, because I make videos like this all the time and I would love to have you hang out with me again sometime. But anyways, let's get some messages. Spirit, please, can we get some messages for group 3? How does their crush perceive them? Okay, look at that. Ooh, we have the Ace of Fire, you guys. The Ace of Fire. Ah, I love that. So guys, whenever I think of the Ace of Fire, I think of a flame being ignited. And so whenever a flame is ignited, that makes me think of just heat. It makes me think of something that is very hot to the touch. And so I definitely think that your person, they do perceive you as someone who's very hot. I think that they do perceive you as someone who's very attractive as well. So we love to see that. So if you were wondering whether or not the person who you have a crush on also has a crush on you, well, I think it's safe to say that your person, they definitely find you to be very attractive, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have a crush on you, okay? So let's see what is coming through. Ooh, you guys. I love this. So for the back of the deck energy, we have the World card coming through, guys. The literal world. So first of all, this talks about going like full circle whenever you see the World card making an appearance. And so for some of you guys, your person who you have a crush on, this could be someone who you have known before. Maybe this is someone who you used to be friends with, or maybe this is someone who you used to date or something like that. And I feel like if that is the case, then I think that this is someone who you have had distance from for some time. You could have been separated, and somehow, some way you guys are reconnecting, and it's just making me think of you guys going full circle. Okay, so if that is something that you have thought about, like wow, like it's like I've gone full circle with them, it's like I've been separated from them before but now we're back again, then definitely take it as a sign that you're in the right reading, and definitely take it as a sign that your person is also thinking the same thoughts as you. I think that they are thinking that as well, how you guys have just come full circle. Now, if that is not the case, if you haven't known this person before, if this is someone who's completely new, then I just think that your person sees you as someone who is very accomplished in life, because while the World can talk about going full circle and things like that, this also talks about completion. This talks about completing something and just having something to feel very accomplished about, having something to be very proud of. So for instance, this makes me think of someone who could have recently graduated, and so now they have a degree to show for graduating, right? Or this makes me think of someone who could have gotten a promotion or something like that. And so maybe within the past few months you have graduated from college, or maybe you have like gotten a promotion, or you could have just leveled up in some type of way. But I think that your person, your crush, if those things have happened recently, then they have definitely taken notice of that, and they are definitely very proud of you, and they are very impressed by your accomplishments. This overall can even talk about just leveling up when it comes to your looks, when it comes to your personality. So again, for some of you guys, if you have known this person before, maybe you didn't even know them that well, maybe you never even talked to them, but maybe you went to the same school together, or you just knew of each other. I think that it has been some time since you guys have seen each other, and now that you guys are seeing each other again, I think that your crush could just be thinking like, wow, like this person has really leveled up. They look completely different, or they've gone through like a whole like shift when it comes to their personality and the way that they present themselves. So yeah, there's so many different messages coming through, and just take it as it resonates. I am reading for a really large audience, but overall, I just think that your crush, the person you're crushing on, I think that they do see you in a very positive light. I'm not seeing any negative messages so far. I think that they view you in a positive light. I think that they view you as someone who's quite accomplished. They view you as someone who is on a really like high level of just awesomeness, and so that's really nice to see as well. So yeah, they just see the best in you, and I think that that's really beautiful. Now with the, oh, did I talk about the cards that came through? I can't remember. So we have the Eight of Fire, we have the Ace of Fire, and we also have the Fool card. Okay, you guys, so first of all, with the Fool card coming through, they definitely view you as someone who is very sweet. They see you as someone who's a very sweet person. They perceive you as someone who, no matter how old you are, whether you're 50 or 60, or maybe you're in your 30s or 20s, you are someone who has a very youthful energy, a very youthful outlook on life. They view you as someone who just sees the best in people. You see the best in the world. You see the best in yourself. And so overall, they find that childlike sense of innocence that you seem to have to be so beautiful. So beautiful. So yeah, at the end of the day, your crush, the person you're crushing on, they view you as someone, honestly, who wouldn't hurt a soul. They view you as someone who is so kind to others, so sweet. Because you see the best in others, you could never ever even imagine yourself hurting another person, right? And so, yeah, they just find that to be very beautiful. I'm honestly thinking of like Snow White. I think that your person kind of views you as Snow White or Cinderella, or just like a Disney princess. I'm getting Disney princess vibes from you. I think that you could be someone who might be very big about animals. Maybe you love animals a whole lot, and you might be someone who always posts pictures of your cat or your dog on social media. But that is definitely like a secondary message that is coming through. Your crush could view you as someone who has a really close bond to animals. You love animals a whole lot. But again, that's just making me think of Cinderella. How Cinderella had like all these animals that would follow her and like perform little tasks for her. And so, yeah, I don't know if whenever you're walking, whenever you're walking around, you may have like just animals like just come up to you out of nowhere. Like, I don't know what it is, but your crush definitely views you as someone who draws animals to you like a magnet. They definitely view you as someone who's kind of like Dr. Dolittle in a way. So that's really cool to see. Again, like with those Disney princess vibes coming through, they just see you as someone who's so sugar sweet. They see you as someone who is like a princess in the way that you just love people. You're so kind to others and so appreciative of others as well. And there is a sense of like decorum that you have that like a princess would have, right? Because a princess, they are taught to be very, very sweet to their people, and they're also taught to hold themselves in a very dignified way. They're taught to be very graceful and to use their manners. And so there is this energy here where your crush does view you as someone who is really big on manners. They view you as someone who you know, never fails to open the door for someone else, or never fails to just do what is seen as being right to others. Does that make sense? So just being kind to your elders, holding the door open for someone that needs the door to be held open for them, right? I don't know. Your person just views you as someone who's very graceful, very dignified, and that's very sweet. Now, they also view you as someone who's very talkative as well, because with the 8 of Fire coming through, that is a card of communication, babe, and this just makes me think about someone who is not afraid to talk to people. This makes me think of someone who is not afraid to make the first move as well. And so your crush definitely views you as someone who is very bold. You don't have any fear when it comes to social situations, when it comes to being the first one to introduce yourself to someone, and they find that to be very amazing and very incredible. They just love how you are so bold when it comes to social situations, and you definitely make them feel like they can be at ease whenever they are around you, if that makes any sense. If you've talked to this person before, I just think that you put them at ease, because even if this person cannot come up with anything to say, you are someone who will always start up a conversation. You will just make them feel very comfortable in the way that you will always have something to say, and you will always kind of put them out of their misery, right? Because I'm just kind of getting this idea that your person, they could be a bit more on the quieter side or a bit more on the shyer side. Maybe they are someone who doesn't know exactly what to say. Maybe they aren't the best in social situations, and they might just be a bit socially awkward. And so if they have talked to you before and they've had conversations with you, I just think that you put them at ease, because they feel like they don't have to be the one that comes up with conversation. But they feel like you're someone who will definitely do that right away, which they really appreciate. They just love how you're so talkative and so bubbly, and they love how you just make everyone feel just more comfortable, more loved, more appreciated, and they just find that to be so amazing. And again, they just find you to be very hot. I mean, that's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Fire. They view you as someone who's very hot, group 3, and that is super awesome. Now, I think that they also view you as someone who will follow your heart no matter what, because with that Ace of Fire coming through, that just makes me think of passion. That makes me think of doing what you feel called to do. And so they also just view you as someone who is very passionate and very unafraid at following your heart, and they just find that to be very lovely and very beautiful. So let's see what else wants to come through here for group 3. For group 3, Spirit, how does group 3's crush perceive them? Thank you. And then let's get one more card. How does group 3's crush view them? Okay. So we have the Book Fairy coming through. We also have Bully, Love Yourself First, and Wedding. So I do think that I want to go ahead and clarify this Bully card here. Spirit, will you clarify this Bully card? How does group 3's crush perceive them? Will you clarify this Bully card? Okay. Okay, this makes sense. So for the back of the deck energy, we have the 5 of Earth coming through. The 5 of Earth talks about not really feeling like you belong. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you look at this girl, she looks like she is alone. She looks lonely, she looks sad. And then if you look behind her, there's actually like a lot of wolves. There's a wolf pack, but they look like they are separated from this lone figure. And so this just makes me think about feeling like you're a wolf in a pack and feeling like you belong. But then there's this outsider here who is not connected to that group, who feels very disconnected. And so with the Bully card coming through, I think that this is representing your crush. I think that your crush could have definitely been bullied in the past, and they felt like they were very alone. They felt like they had no one to turn to. I think that they definitely felt like they were an outsider, and that really bothered them. And I think that really messed with their self-esteem, and it made them feel as though they would never be able to make friends. They would never be able to find someone who would want to hang out with them or spend time with them. They just felt very small. And the card that came out to clarify the bully card was the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups literally talks about finding your person. This talks about feeling like you belong with someone, feeling like you have someone who really sees you and loves what they see. And so at the end of the day, I think that your crush views you as someone who they feel very deeply connected to. And so I definitely think if this is someone who is completely new to you, if you haven't known this person from the past, they just view you, your crush views you as someone who is their person. They view you as someone who they can truly connect to. And again, like I was saying before, your person may just feel a deep connection to you. They may just feel like they have, I feel like they feel as though, because you know how I was talking about how this could be someone who you've known from your past, right? I think that this person, they feel as though they could have known you in a past life. I feel like from the moment that they met you, they felt some type of connection towards you. They felt like they have known you before. They felt this intangible pull towards you. And so I definitely think that that is what this Two of Water is representing for you guys. But if this is someone who you have known before from the past, if this is someone you have known before from the past, they just feel like they are being reconnected with you again. And they feel like you are just like a missing part of themselves. And I think that they have missed you so much, and they want to be reconnected with you. They want to be reunited with you. And so at the end of the day, I just think that your crush perceives you as someone who is literally the other half of their soul. Now, I definitely think for a lot of you guys, this is someone who feels a very deep romantic attraction towards you. I definitely feel like they see themselves as being someone who wants to be married to you. They view you as someone who they could spend the rest of their lives with. Now, if this is someone who you are just friends with, again, I think that they see you as someone who is more than a friend to them, and they definitely want something more than friendship, because again, like I was saying, they are deeply attracted towards you. They find you to be very attractive, very, very pretty, very beautiful. And so yeah, I definitely think this person has romantic feelings for you, and they definitely want to date you. They perceive you as someone who would be just perfect for them in every way. With the book fairy coming through, I think that they view you as someone who could definitely be a bit of a nerd. Maybe you like to read. That might be something that you're very passionate about, because we literally have the book fairy coming through. But if that's not the case, then I just think that they see you as someone who is very big about education. You are someone who likes to learn new things. And whether or not you are in college or you plan to go to college, I just think that you are someone who they perceive as being really curious people. Again, they just view you as someone who loves to learn new things. So I think that they wouldn't be surprised if they found out you had like a lifelong subscription to the History Channel or Discovery Channel or something like that. They just view you as someone who's very curious, as someone who loves to learn new things, and as someone who gets excited about being able to watch like a video on the History Channel or something like that, or read a book about some type of educational thing, right? And they would also perceive you as someone who probably loves to go to like museums and things like that where you can learn something. Now we also have love yourself first, and so it says your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I definitely think that your person, your crush, views you as someone who is very confident within yourself, and they definitely love that confidence that you have. Now last but not least, we have the wedding card, and again I just think this is talking about how your person, they view you as someone who they could literally have a life with. They view you as someone who they could see themselves freaking marrying, right? And so that's definitely a message that is coming through very strongly here. Now, honestly, I think that is all I have to say to you. So, yeah. I hope that you have enjoyed this reading, and if you did, then please make sure to give me a really big like and to subscribe to my channel, because I post new videos every Monday and every Friday, and I would love to have you stop by the side of TerraTube again sometime, okay? So I love y'all all so much, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day, friends. Mwah! Bye, guys!